Golden light spills across the mat as Celine Urich moves through a quiet yoga flow. For Urich, movement has become a way to reconnect with her body.
I just have so much joy with movement. I think movement can be a really difficult thing in recovery.
Her struggle with food began at a young age with persistent gastrointestinal issues that made eating uncomfortable and unpredictable.
It's really frustrating and it makes you feel really alone to be in so much pain and for no one to know what that pain feels like and for no one to see that pain.
Over time, Urich's obsessive compulsive disorder took over, a mental health condition doctors say is often paired with disordered eating.
For me, my OCD connects a lot with food and this fear. I have a fear of vomiting.
Foods were avoided, portions shrank, and her OCD patterns developed into avoidant restrictive food intake disorder, known as ARFID and anorexia nervosa.
I throw out food that's perfectly fine. I'll pick out pieces of food that don't look good. And right now I'm dealing with a lot of cleanliness, a lot of hand washing while prepping my food as well.
Back in 2022, Urich began virtual treatment the same day she started her freshman year at Boston University.
I did this program 6 hours a day while in my freshman year of school, and it really took a toll on me.
Today, she continues treatment, now in person, working through rules and fears that can still make eating difficult.
It's hard to know where you're at. My mental health has definitely been up and down.
But Celine's story, as well as many others, is part of a much bigger picture. At the Broad Institute, scientists are studying the genetic side of eating disorders, searching for clues in DNA.
We know that eating disorders run in families. Now, genetics isn't everything. It's, complex in the eating disorder space. Both genes and environment matter.
Researchers are asking people through social media to participate by answering a questionnaire and providing a saliva sample.
We see that as a really important tool because I think there's also a lot of awareness that social media isn't always necessarily beneficial for people with eating disorders.
Once the saliva is collected, scientists are able to study the genetic code within the samples. The research is still in its early stages, but scientists say they are already beginning to uncover patterns.
Eating disorders are the confluence of genetic effects that maybe put you at risk for developing an eating disorder and your experiences, your environment, everything that comes into you and your life. That also shapes eating disorders. It's not one or the other, it's both in tandem.
Which means where someone lives and what food they can access can also shape their relationship with eating. Yasmin Anderson, the CEO of Black Women in Charge.
A lot of my research started with exactly where you live in a food desert versus what the odds of you seeking out eating disorder treatment in the first place even is, and what your odds of identifying that you have an eating disorder as an individual is.
In Massachusetts, 2.8 million residents live in areas considered food deserts or food swamps.
Which is where instead of just not having grocery stores, you actually have an overage of unhealthy options.
In Roxbury, Tropical Foods is helping bring fresh produce, global ingredients, and a full grocery store to a neighborhood where 25% of households have food insecurity.
There's really not a lot of grocery stores around here. A lot of people that live in this area really don't have cars as they're walking. So it's important for them to have access to protein and fresh vegetables and so on and so forth.
Understanding eating disorders means looking beyond just the individual, but at genetics, environment, access to food, and the communities people live in.
We learned very early on that Black women who are raised in predominantly white environments are more likely to have anorexia, and then ones that are raised in predominantly Black environments are more likely to have bulimia and binge eating disorders.
Celine is working on an app called Proof that will include food and mood journaling, DBT distress tolerance, and food exposure support. When creating the app, she went through all the things that helped her throughout her journey and wanted to put it all in one place.